Hey, what's up? Just got back from a 20-minute gym session. Sometimes I go to the gym and sometimes I can be there for an hour, sometimes a little bit longer, sometimes I'll only go for like 10 minutes. And sometimes I think it's more important just to get into the habit of going to the gym, or if you're not a gym member, just exercising in general, forcing yourself to kind of get out of the house if you're inside, taking a few steps, breathing in some fresh air, seeing the sights, particularly if you're like me, where I'm in front of a computer or a monitor most of the time, seeing natural light and just being able to see things at a distance versus like a monitor that's always like quite close to your face, I think is refreshing. And back to the gym though, like sometimes I don't know, like I've got a plan for the next 2-3 years in my head at the moment, which is why I'm like go, go, go at the moment. But in terms of my like very next steps, I don't know for sure what my next few steps are, but I do know that health is going to be important for whatever comes next. And so I'm currently in the mode of trying to get fitter. I've got a much less fit in the last few years. And it's, it comes in ebbs and flows, right? Sometimes you might be in a real health kick and you're trying to get fit. And then sometimes you might have an injury. Sometimes work just takes over and sometimes you just don't feel like it and you're out of the mood. And once you kind of get out of the flow, it's hard to get back into it. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at the moment. I do think taking care of your body and working out is good. A funny story actually is when the pandemic, or when COVID first hit and there was the lockdowns and you were forced to stay at home, it was a very interesting time because I would be working from home and I lived in a small studio apartment at the time. And literally I would walk around the kitchen or just the main area and I'd take a few steps and then I'd be sitting down pretty much the whole day. And I literally thought to myself, maybe I've taken like 100 steps in this whole day, and that's every day for like 5 days, maybe even the full week. And that's so crazy to think about. And I know there's like a saying that you should try to do like 10,000 steps in a day. I've never really measured my steps. I've never been the type to measure my exercise, my fitness, or like what I eat or the calories I intake. Just, I've kind of got an idea of what I can eat and what I can handle just throughout the years of living, of my life. And yeah, I think I know when I'm not working out enough. And a thought that I've had this thought before as well, but a thought that I had walking back home was things that, working out is hard right now and it will always be hard, but it's going to be harder when you're older. And so you kind of want to build up that endurance as much as you can now, build up that strength, because inevitably it's going to decline when you're older. And so you don't want to get used to, I don't know if you want to get used to that amount of strength, but to know that you've got that extra strength, that extra safety margin, so that if it disappears when you're older, that you're still going to be okay. I think that's a good place to be. Like maybe most people don't need to run marathons. Maybe most people don't need to run ultra marathons or be the world's strongest man, and those are incredible feats, like human features. And to be able to do that is insane. It's like an incredible gift, talent, skill, all the above. But for the average person, I think if you just, like run a certain distance. If you're able to run that distance, maybe like a few kilometers at a decent pace, like I would say that's pretty good for most people. And most people don't even do that. I don't even do that. And when I fall off the wagon, it's very tough to get back into it. And I know sometimes working out or leaving the house or going to the gym can be tough. And certainly at the beginning, when you haven't been doing it and it's not quite a habit, it's incredibly difficult. But once you get past that and once you kind of build some momentum, it gets a little bit easier. But even once it gets a little bit easier, there are days where it's incredibly tough. And sometimes I use that as a mental challenge. So it's like, I don't really want to go, but that's kind of a reason why I should go. I know it might sound strange to those that understand, but those that do get it, you know what I'm talking about. And obviously use your judgment. You know, if you've got an injury and stuff, obviously don't go. That's your body telling you, and if your body's telling you not to go, then don't go. But if it's just kind of you whinging to yourself or like complaining to yourself, I don't want to go because I'm lazy, because I'm a little bit tired. Actually, I mean, tired can be like a real thing, but you know, like the general level of tired where it's just like you could actually do it, but you're just telling yourself that you can do it. So getting over that mental hurdle, I think, is really powerful. It's a really good exercise, mental exercise, let alone the physical exercise that comes with exercise. And yeah, I mean, I have that battle in my head a lot. I'm sure lots of people do, but it's a very good one. It's one of those things that I think separates people that do a little bit more than the people that don't. So if you want to do a little bit more, I would maybe think about trying something like that for yourself if you're not already doing it. It's worked. It's been pretty okay for me for the past few times that I've been doing it. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.